Hello, everyone. This is Devin Thorpe, your host for the Your Mark on the World show. Today we're producing the show for Good Crowd Info. This is a great opportunity for you to meet a remarkable entrepreneur. This is a tried and true, proven track record entrepreneur, Ernst Young Entrepreneur of the Year, the founder of InterbankFX. He sold that, and he's now built SeedEquity.com. Todd Crosland is the CEO and founder. Todd, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Devin. Happy to be here.
We're really excited to have an opportunity to talk to you. You've got a great philosophy about crowdfunding and a great platform that you've built. You've got a registered broker-dealer that's set up to do transactions across multiple geographies. Give us a sense of which geographies you're playing with now, because it's not a short list.
Sure. So, as you mentioned, we founded and sold a company called InterbankFX, and through 10 years of building that company, we sold it in 2011 to a large broker out of Tokyo. We had customers in 140 countries around the world, and we had offices in 6 countries around the world. And with SeedEquity Ventures as a registered broker-dealer, we'll be offering venture capital services to entrepreneurs and investors throughout basically the globe. We'll target companies in the United States, but if you're in Brazil, Copenhagen, the UK, Singapore, we're interested in working with those entrepreneurs to bring capital to their ventures as well.
Now, as a registered broker-dealer, you have a lot of flexibility for dealing with a variety of transactions, including the 506C transactions that were created under Title II of the Jobs Act, and that's probably your primary business, but you're also set up to do, by default, the Title III transactions if the SEC ever issues rules on that. Right. How do you see the site handling those kinds of transactions, and which will be your focus?
So basically, right now we'll be dealing with U.S. accredited investors and then international investors around the world to fund companies primarily through 506C offerings, which, as you mentioned, is Title II. And so from the platform that we built, it's an interactive platform where companies that we vet and that get posted on our website, and then investors around the world, they can like and follow investors, they can like and follow companies. Companies can interact with investors on a global scale, and call it the wisdom of the crowd, we think will emerge as these companies raise funds, where the global community will kind of vote with their pocketbooks as to whether they're going to fund these companies. And so the vetting process can take place online with interaction throughout the community and interaction throughout with the entrepreneurs as well. And so the platform provides for that, and that's SeedEquity.com is the platform that we've just launched this week.
Now, as a broker-dealer, you are allowed by the regulators to have an opinion about things. You're allowed to screen deals carefully. Some would say you're required to do that. But tell us a little bit about your philosophy in terms of how you intend to screen, filter, sort, price, etc., so that entrepreneurs who are interested in listing on your site can appreciate the opportunity.
So we're looking for we're kind of looking for the best and the brightest entrepreneurs, throughout the world, and the United States as well. And so there is a screening process, and there's an application process that takes place online, where an entrepreneur will sit down with the founding team. They'll complete an online application. They'll submit it to the investment committee, in which we'll do a preliminary review of the idea of the company. We'll see what traction they have. We'll do some due diligence on the founders, what success have they had in the past, their education background. Look at the advisors, if there's any previous investors. And so the committee basically puts all that information together, and then if they kind of pass that part of the due diligence process, then we go to a more formal process in which we'll do enhanced due diligence on the officers, directors, on 20% shareholders, and then once we get through that process, we would sign an underwriting agreement where we would agree on a valuation, we would agree on the structure for a transaction, and then once the underwriting agreement is signed, we would post the private placement memorandum or the stock purchase agreement. We would send that to the SEC 15 days prior to posting on our website. And once it's on the website and we've gone through this vetting process, then companies can begin to reach out to our community of investors where they can interact with the investors and begin to their raising capital.
Tell us a little bit about your network of investors. This isn't, well, it is a group that you've built from your past business experience, right?
Correct. So as I mentioned, so we had offices with our previous, we were a registered futures and commodities brokerage firm. And we had offices in Beijing, Hong Kong, Sydney, Australia, London, and also in the United States. We have many, either VCs, institutional brokerage firms, and large investors around the world that are in our current network that we'll be bringing onto the SeedEquity platform into the broker-dealer, and it'll be through this network that will kind of be the base of the investors that we'll present these opportunities to, and then additional investors will come on. Just we think naturally as our brand grows and as the company grows.
This is really kind of exciting because so many entrepreneurs have great ideas and yet don't have natural connections to money, and you can help facilitate that with your network. What do you see as being a typical raise size and minimum investment? What are some of the parameters you see applying in the deals?
So we're probably looking at earlier stage companies, either the seed stage or maybe Series A or B. We have just launched, as we launched the company this week, we're starting fundraising for a Series A round for a company that's called Overlay Studio. So they did a successful seed round a year ago, and now we're going to lead the Series A round for this company. And so we think a sweet spot will be, in the $500,000 to $3 million range for companies, primarily in the seed and I would say Series A round is the area that we're going to try and fill.
And what will be the minimum investment? This will guide whether those who are listening want to be involved as investors.
Sure. So that will vary by the issuer. The current round that we're doing, the Series A round for Overlay Studios, the minimum investment is $25,000. Future offerings that we do for companies, they could go down to maybe a low of $2,500 minimum investment. So it really will go by, depending on what the issuer and their board of directors feels is important for their cap table and how this is going to work. So it will vary by issue, I would say.
Sure. Well, it will be interesting to see how this plays out and grows, but you've certainly built a great foundation using your existing network for a very successful platform, and we certainly wish you success. You'll be speaking with your partner Josh at the Social Enterprise and Crowdfunding Conference. We're calling it Good Crowd 14 at Snowbird on September 26th. In fact, you're a sponsor of that, and we're excited about that. We appreciate your sponsoring the event, and we're looking forward to having you speak.
Well, we'll be excited to be there, and appreciate what you're doing for helping this community grow as well, Devin.
Well, thank you. I think it's going to be a great event, and I think it'll be a great opportunity for people to meet you, to learn more about the platform, to learn more about how they can get their offerings listed, and learn how to actually go about the art and science of a successful crowdfunding raise. So it will be a great event, and your participation will be key to its success. So thank you for being there.
Thank you very much, Devin.
Now, how else can people engage with you? I know people that are watching will both be interested to learn how they can invest in deals, and they'll be interested to learn in how they can apply for a spot as an entrepreneur to do an offering.
So the best way is to go to SeedEquity.com, and basically as you get to the website. So this is the broker-dealer website, and it's an online equity-based social investing platform where individuals, you can like and follow other individuals. You could look at investors' portfolios. You won't see how much they've invested in companies, but you can see their portfolios on the website, and then you can interact with both investors with private messages and public messages, commenting on companies. And so probably the best way is them to go to the website as interested users or investors to join SeedEquity, to be involved in the community. I guess the closest thing I would look at the marketplace would be something like a LinkedIn type offering, but it would be LinkedIn for global investors and entrepreneurs. So many of the functions that you might see with LinkedIn, you'll have your profile, your experience, and then you can look at the people that are following you or liking you, and you can look at the people that are investing in various companies. And then it's a pretty straightforward process for entrepreneurs as well to go onto the website, to get funding. They can fill out the initial application, submit it to the investment committee for review, and then a registered rep then contacts the principal for the company, and we go through the next steps with the entrepreneur that's looking to raise capital.
Fantastic. Well, Todd, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us. I certainly hope you'll be tremendously successful, and we look forward to seeing you at the Social Enterprise and Crowdfunding Conference on September 26th at Snowbird.
Great. Thank you, Devin. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's do some good.
Thank you.